Hey there. Today we're going to learn how to subtract multi-digit numbers. And much like when I added multi-digit numbers, I stacked numbers on top of each other rather than listing them out side by side. I'm going to want to do the same thing here with my subtraction problem. So again, especially in subtraction, you always need to make sure that the larger number is listed at the top of your problem. So in this case, the larger number is 634,725. And then I'm going to list the second number directly underneath my first number, but again, I also want to make sure that I am lining up the place values in their correct spot. So this starts in the 10,000s place, so I'm going to list that under the 10,000s place in this number. So 72,364 would again align by place values. So 5 and 4 ones, 2 and 6 tens, 7 and 3 hundreds, 4 and 2 thousands, and 3 and 7 10,000s are all lined up underneath each other. And then I'm going to start subtracting. So 5 ones, take away 4 ones, or subtract 4 ones would leave me with one left over. And then when I move to the tens, I run into a bit of an issue. If I have 2 tens, I can't take 6 tens away from that. If I had 2 cookies and you asked me for 6 cookies, I wouldn't be able to give you the cookies that you were asking for. So what I would have to do is I would have to borrow from somewhere. I'd have to go get more to be able to subtract from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look directly next door. In this case, I have a 7. And I'm going to borrow 1 from that 7. So that if I took 1 away from the 7, it would leave me with 6. And I take that 1 and I put it over along with this 2. So that would actually be 12 that I'm subtracting, that I can subtract from. And really what I did here, guys, is I regrouped my hundreds. So I said that 700 would be the same as 600 and 10 tens. So I took that 10 tens and I added it to my 2 tens that I already had, which gave me 12 tens. So 12 tens minus 6 tens, now I can subtract. If I had 12 cookies and you asked me for 6 cookies, I could give you your 6 cookies and I would have 6 left over. And now I'm going to continue subtracting. Here I have 6 and 3. 6 minus 3 would leave me with 3. 4 minus 2 would leave me with 2. 3 minus 7, well again, I can't do that because this number on top is larger than the number on the bottom. There is a phrase that goes along with that might help you remember it. It's that more on top, no need to stop. So in other words, in this case, there was more on top, so I was able to just subtract normally. But if there's more on the floor, you need to go next door and get 1 more. If I take 1 away from 6, I am left with 5. And if I take that 10 and add it to my 3, I end up having 13. So now I have 13 minus 7, which would leave me with 6. And then 5 minus nothing down here would just leave me with 5. So my answer would be 562,361. Let's look at one other example. In this example, we're going to have 34,552 subtract 5,621. And again, you'll notice I have lined up my my digits by their place values so that the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands are all matching. And again, reminding myself of my poem, if there's more on top, there's no need to stop. So in this case, 2 is greater than 1, so I can take 1 from 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Here again, I have more on top, so no need to stop. 5 minus 2 is 3. Here, I do not have more on top. In fact, I have more on the floor. So since I have more on the floor, I need to go next door and get one more. So I'm going to go to the 4 and take 1 away from 4. That would leave me with 3. That 1 that I took is going to be added over here. So I really have 10 that I'm now have over here that I can subtract from. And 10 minus 6, now I can do, that gives me 4. And I can continue on. 3 minus 5, again, I have more on the floor, not more on top. So more on the floor means I need to go next door and get one more. If I take 1 from 3, that leaves me with 2. And that 1 that I just took from 2 is going to come over right next to that 3, making it a 13. And now I can subtract. 13 minus 5 would give me 8. And then 2 minus nothing would give me 2. So my answer would be 28,431.